Okay, so it's time. Thanks everyone for joining, especially those that are early. So yeah, I mean today's session is pretty simple. It's more of a between. It's more of a get to know each other session for community and also me and my team. So I've just done the hobby text AMA yesterday, so pretty much I've answered quite a fair bit of questions. So, but uh, for me to kickstart the whole thing, maybe what I can do is I will just give a brief overview about MSHIBA, about this whole project, about why it is, about why are we here together, and what is the whole purpose of MSHIBA. So I mean, when you see the name MSHIBA, right? Immediately, many people may think that this is meme coin, but it's not. Because the truth is, our intention when we are creating this coin, is that we wanted to make a metaverse out of it. We want to, and why is in a metaverse? Why is it such a hot thing right now? It's because, I mean, in uh, thanks to crypto, we are able to link a simulated world into a real world in many different ways. Uh, just like how we what we have done for our work in digital for NFT and etc. So for metaverse project, uh, you know, we are able to actually simulate and like a mirror in the real world, in the virtual world, that we can do things that we do in the real world. We can do things that we can create things. We can interact with people within the metaverse, and this is a new trend, and this is definitely a very big thing to come. And what makes a metaverse great is that when there is a actually actually when there is a DeFi ecosystem that's within you, when the metaverse actually has a actual utility and usage, and that's what makes the metaverse great. So in our metaverse, our focus will be hello, sorry. Just now there was something cut in. So our metaverse our metaverse will be on utility, will be on DeFi, and we will be building a lot of DeFi infrastructure and framework. So what we will be doing is that, uh, in the first place, we will start to launch usable products. So in the coming week, we will deliver our decentralized exchange, and in this is that, you know, we want to make things more accessible, more user to be able to come into MSHIBA, because we also know that in Ethereum there's a lot of there's a high gas fee issue. And so when we create this metaverse, when we create this DEX, right, we will be making cross chain product. So in between there will be bridges that will be built. So that could actually help many people to solve the gas issue. And the second thing is that for our digital DEX, it's not just going to be a normal DEX. It's going to be something special. When you do a swap transaction, you actually get rewarded with something special, which I will cover later on in our further announcement. But this something special for me to share with you is that there's this thing called a Meta Star. So for this Meta Star, basically is like a membership point system. So it will be given in a form of token. So per swap transaction, you will be able to earn all these stars, and they will grant you certain benefit and certain privileges, as well as a certain discount in our future products that are coming out. So uh, and definitely for this decentralized exchange is going to be very exciting, and we will roll a beta version for community to do testing in the coming week. So so feel free, please join in the testing and give us as much feedback as possible, so that we can so that we can improve and upgrade and make sure that by the time it go on to the mainnet, it will be perfect. And from there, and of course, after this metaverse thing, after this decentralized exchange thing, we will be working on a lot on other new project, new products such as our merchandise, such as our NFT pet project, and eventually we will enter the creation of the metaverse. And in this metaverse, it will be a 3D metaverse uh, that you can connect your wallet, and from there you can interact, you can build and create and interact with each other. So I mean I just gave an overview about this whole in terms of utility, in terms of product that we are pushing out, we are bringing out. I think the most important thing is that MSHIBA itself, to me, actually uh, it's actually a movement by itself, because we love crypto. Everybody here, I believe, you are in crypto. You love the idea about what crypto is. You love the ideology. You love the idea that we don't want to go through so many middlemen in terms of traditional banking and service. I have a banking background. I was a banker in the past before I entered the development. But I graduated in National University of Singapore, computer science, and also business management. And from there, I entered the bank. I was in the bank for quite some time, for 2-3 years. And after that, I worked on other projects and stuff. And until I got in touch with security token offering project in Thailand. And from there, that was how my crypto journey started. And eventually, I found my team. I found Idea Factory, my development team. And today we are here in building this MSHIBA metaverse. So so we I mean, for me, when I was in there, I know how the bank work. I know how the financial structure is like, and I can totally relate about this movement of crypto. And to me, our main purpose is not just to create a metaverse world for people to have usage, but also for people to have more adoption, to be able to understand what is DeFi, to be able to understand what is crypto, and to have fun, and to be more willingly accepting this new idea that comes to them. Because even though we have been speaking about DeFi, but people are not using DeFi because it's so hard to understand, or it's so complicated, or maybe it's so boring. But you can't just go to a common folk and tell them, come and use DeFi. People will still be using the bank. People will still be using ATM. So the true adoption of crypto will never happen in this way. So we have to make something simple for them, something usable. So this is the whole reason why we are doing MSHIBA. And we want to, through this, all the popular culture, all the things that people love, people join, and people have fun in. And as they join, they learn to understand and learn how to use. And this is the reason why we are doing MetaShiba. So it's a long-term project that we are building. We just started. We are about a week old, and I'm very happy that we have gathered so many community members over here. So yeah, so this is a Q&A question session rather than myself talking. So feel free to ring me up and have a talk.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, William.
Yes. Hi.
Hi. Hi. First of all, thanks for all the work you're doing and the team, right? So, I mean, do you know what the metaverse would be about? What the concept of it? Is it something about the financials, or is it a gaming, or a sneak peek about what it would be like, right? That would be more help for the community.
For the concept wise, we are looking at a real life Monopoly game, actually. So it will be a land based game that you can buy land, and at the same time, in the game, players are incentivized to roll dice in this game. And when player rolls a dice, they can go into other people lane or they can go into their own lane. So it will be a limited land slot. They will be presented in a form of NFT. So these lands are definitely assets. So I believe you have seen certain success. It will be a little bit similar to how the central land is, but also different.
Okay.
It
Okay.
will,
Okay.
correct. It will be a 3D world. For now, we will be rolling out a web browser game on the website. It won't be on app for now. Uh, but it will be compatible in terms of for you to connect wallet and everything. So for you to interact in there, and in this way, you can actually do creation. And what I mean by integrating DeFi services into this is that because I do see the potential. You see, because you have the land and this land have value, and people see it as a valuable asset like a real estate in real world. So this land can actually also be used for P2P lending, pledging to for loan and etc. Right? So all these type of
Yeah.
services it can be done. It can be created in this world also between the player to player or player to the system, and that is what we will be building actually. This concept we have already drafted it for quite some time. It's just that we feel that we think we thought of multiple way about how to roll out this concept. We thought about maybe just create the game itself, but our thought is that based on our experience, I say let's roll something fun, MSHIBA, so, and that's how it gets started. Right. Yep.
Yeah. So it's basically like a virtual land within the metaverse, which can be traded between the members, right? Is that
Yes.
okay? Okay.
But the gameplay will be a little bit different. Rather than free moving, everyone is free to move. In order to move, there will be some odds involved. So we are actually having a dice in this game. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Thanks.
Thank you.
And one more question, right, about the decks, right? Upcoming decks. I heard like somewhere like it will also support yield farming capabilities. Uh, can you expand on that a bit more?
Yes, sure. So we will have a farm in the deck. In this deck, what you can do is that, of course, first of all, we are encouraging people to be a liquidity provider. So when they stake MSHIBA token, when they sorry not stake when they provide LP for MSHIBA to ETH pair, they will get the LP token. And so in our decks, you are able to stake this LP token and to be able to farm for our this another token called Meta Treats. And this Meta Treats will be the next sub token that we will have in this in-game world. There will be the in-game material in order to feed your pets, in order to build your land and to transact within the game. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Uh, I think like yeah, I got I'm good with that was the questions I was like about like a bit like get some clarity on that. I think like I'm good now. Yeah. And thanks for
Thank you.
the
Thanks.
explanation.
So yes, so it's going to be it's not going to be a simple system. It's going to be pretty a little bit complex here, but the thing is, we will do it step by step so that everyone is able to follow through. So, well, that's why we are rolling out the text this coming week, and then each stages I mean for our community they should be able to expect in every 1-2 weeks there should be some new development coming up for this whole community to watch out for. That's why we want to keep the momentum, we want to keep the everyone interested also. So any more questions regarding MSHIBA, feel free to ask here.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yes, hi.
Hello.
Hello, hi.
Yeah, William. Hello. I have a question is the holders one?
How many holder you mean?
Yeah, yeah. And how many total supply of MSHIBA?
Okay, how many total supply, right? So in total there were 2 quintillion, quintillion. So how many zero? 12 zero, right? 12 zero being minted. 2 QT being minted at the start of the MSHIBA, and then 1 QT is burned off. So in terms of actual supply, there's only one QT left. And when founder first fair launch it, we only kept 1% of what it was minted. So the remaining 980 trillion are all being launched to the during the fair launch, and so it's all held by all the holders in the group or out of the group. And what happened is that we use the two we use 1%, which is 2 trillion. 1% of the total minted, which is 2 trillion. 20 trillion. Sorry, 20 trillion. We actually put most of it onto hobby listing and reserve the rest for other centralized exchange listing for the future. That's the whole purpose. So so actually, in fact, most of the token are will be in circulation. So at this moment, it's probably about 99% of it is already in circulation to everyone. And if you look at the Ether scam, most of our holders are holding like 0 point something percent. Even the bigger whales, bigger holder, they are holding about 1% only. So I think it's pretty even out amongst different wallets. Yep. Hello. Yeah. I hope I answer your question.
Okay, okay. Sure.
Hey, hey,
Yeah. Hi.
hey, William, and can you elaborate like any other projects that were worked before by the team? Like, I saw like this is not the first project for the team, right? So, can you just let us know like what
Okay.
was the previous? Yeah,
I mean,
thanks.
in terms of the previous project that we have worked on, I've worked for many clients because we are ICO company. So we help other people build a lot of their project based on their business. So we have helped Luminous mining protocol. We also have done the and the previous one we also have done the social media platform Fan 98, and even long before we where I first started working with crypto people in the crypto team was when I was building a security token offering project for a Thailand developer in Bangkok. So uh, yeah, these are the few projects that I mean more notable projects to share, right? So by all these projects are basically our clients' projects. So I'm helping them in terms of building, in terms of marketing, in terms of development. So for MSHIBA itself is an in-house project by our own team, and it's a first in-house project by us. Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hi William, how are you?
I'm great. Hi, Safa.
I'm I'm Zishan. I'm the brother of Farhan, and I am writing articles for your website Coin Microscope.
Right.
And I want to ask you some questions.
Sure.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, and tell me more about your business model, your ideas, and your team.
Sure. So I mean, for myself, I as I have described previously, I was in the bank, and I was in the managing all the bankers in terms of sales and more of like a trainer. Yeah, despite actually I have yeah, despite for about 3 years, actually 3 to 4 years, almost 4 years, right? So
Great.
during the 4 year, so my team was about 40 bankers back then. So and I was also traveling around in Southeast Asia, in to give to other financial institute for motivational speaking and sales training. So that was my background in the past. But after that, when I left the bank, I started working with a lot of my offshore clients for their own business. Some of them are in farm, some of them are in mining, also or trading, all sorts of different industrial businesses. And that was when I stumbled into a project in Thailand, and they were doing a security token offering for one of the Thailand development firm, and I was working with another ICO group that was helping them. So I was in charge of their marketing and sales back then. And from there, I saw the potential in crypto, and I was very highly inspired by that. So I started gathering
Okay.
members, I started gathering talents, and we formed our own ICO company eventually. And that's when we started to help my other previous business clients in Indonesia, in Thailand, in other country. We help them to issue tokens, and from there we decided to all business model. So we actually help people to issue coin, but presently we are not really taking those project that much of those project anymore. We decide to do it because we love what is going on right here, right? So that's why we are building our own. Yep. Thank you.
Okay, great. And why did you decide to launch an ICO company?
Sorry, pardon.
Why did you decide to launch an ICO company?
Because I do see a potential in terms of crypto, and in terms of the whole idea. I feel that this is the new financial system that's to be. I feel the company has to innovate and embrace this new idea in order to stay in the race. So this is definitely something of value to offer to the world and to any businesses. So that's why when I
Exactly.
started. Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. I studied about your project MSHIBA, and it's a really great project. I also want to ask some questions about MSHIBA.
Sure.
Okay. Could you tell us more about the MSHIBA project? Could you share with us your next plan, your roadmap, and what's your next plan about MSHIBA?
Right. So as mentioned just now, maybe in the overview, our end goal is to create a metaverse. But before we go into that, what we will be doing in the next couple of 1-2 months is that to roll out our own DeFi products. So we will start with a decentralized exchange, and when we also will be working on some solution in terms of cross chain, and to make our project more accessible from different network. And that is one. And step number two is definitely we will also want to start working start the first step of the gaming element. That's when we will roll out NFT project. This will be an NFT paper, and this will eventually be able to be used in this metaverse game within it. Yep. And then that will be the second step. And of course, meanwhile, there will be other other stuff there, such as guys and also be coming out. So I mean, do support this project.
Great.
Yep.
Great.
And then we will be making this metaverse. And we aim to have it by early next year. We should or early first quarter next year. We hope to be able to come out with the first prototype game that community can actually come and try and test before it actually become formalized. We are trying to push our development very fast. So
Outstanding.
I had 2 questions.
yes,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
thank you. Yeah. Hi.
So, hello. This
Hello.
is, Steve. So one thing I noticed was you mentioned cross chain, but I also noticed that there's a lot of other projects who go by the name of MetaShiba. So I was wondering what we might do to make our project stand out more. That's the first question. Second question you may not be able to answer, but I was kind of curious as far as to which exchanges we were targeting specifically. and how long into the future it would be before they would list us?
Sure. Great question. Okay, so the first question is about how are we going to stand out with so many names about MetaShiba, right? There are pretty many. Yeah, there are plenty of such names. So which means this is a hot topic right now. So I think at the end of the day, what makes us stand out is that we are not just here to copy a hype or follow a hype or follow a trend. Definitely, the trend does help us in terms of marketing, but what is important to us is our initial idea about this whole metaverse was nothing new. It has been with us for very long. We already wanted to build it. It's just that we were thinking about what name or what story to build based on it, and we decided to use MetaShiba because we think that this is something that everyone loves, and that's why it's such a hot thing right now. I believe what is going to bring us in terms of differentiate us to others will be the products that we are rolling out. It will be the solution and the game that we are rolling out, and this is going to be something definitely unique. We are not just a copycat of Pancake Swap. We have a DEX for a reason. We build a DEX because our metaverse needs it. Needs this. We will need this DEX to function more smoothly. We route two alternative utility tokens that our this token MetaShiba token is able to use and generate. It's also because these are needed in our whole ecosystem in terms of giving the pet food, and in terms of building material, in terms of membership, VIP, etc. So all these things are not just being built for the sake of we just want to build a DEX. It fits within the whole planning of this metaverse. So this is something that is definitely going to make us different because we are bringing a unique product to the crypto world, right? So this is first question. I hope I answered that.
Thank you. Thanks, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So the second question was about listing, right? So we are trying to make MSHIBA more accessible to all. So listing is definitely very important to us. So we have already listed on Hobbit 1 week since we launched. So I hope everyone is happy with this current progress. So of course, our next big goal is we are looking at other exchanges, and hopefully we can be accepted by KuCoin. That's one of the exchange that I'm hoping to go on to, but they do have a very stringent review criteria, and they need our certain product to be rolled out to show them, and in order for us to be qualified for them. They are not just a simple exchange that whereby you can just pay for listing and just go on there. So KuCoin is definitely our next big goal. But in between, definitely we are also exploring about other possible exchanges such as Gate.io or others. We are exploring about whether it's good or beneficial for this project before we go on listing. But because we also there's no point to just list for the sake of listing. We have to make sure that it actually benefit this project, it benefit the community. Yep.
Thank you. And do you know maybe a possible time frame? Because you set a goal for KuCoin. Do you know like a potential time frame?
Okay, potential time frame is that there are things that I can control in terms of but there are also things that I can't control. Things that I can't control is when we can get onto KuCoin. I mean, it's just also like when we can go onto CMC and CG at the start. There is something we couldn't control, but we made it within 2 days. So, end of the day, what determines how fast we can go there? It will depend on how fast we can get the development done. So, and how fast we can grow the community to a sizable manner. So, there will also be highly dependable on our marketing effort. So, in terms of development, this is something I can control, and I can tell you a more specific time frame. So, so like I said, next week the beta move for the DEX will be out and the bridge will be out, and then after So the week after, the official text will be ready for function. And then after that, we will be rolling out NFT pair and other merchandise project. And early next year, first quarter, we will push out the uh, in-game prototype for the metaverse, whereby everyone can try and start to try to use it and play it. And hopefully by end of first quarter next year, we can have the full product to be launched and be rolled out. And so we are talking about a couple of 4 months to 5 months before all our finished products are ready. So, and I believe with a good product, with a good community, uh, we are very near to the to go onto a exchange such as KuCoin. But of course, in between, if let's say we feel that Gate.io or Whitebit or others exchanges with more loose criteria that allow us to go on there, we will we and most importantly is that they are beneficial for our project and for our community. Yes, surely we will go there first. Also,
Thank thank you for sharing your goals and timeframes. Appreciate it. My last question would be do you think MetaShiba will partner with any like blue check mark influencers or anything like that to push marketing?
definitely. I mean, even as we are talking, we do have I mean, for the past few days, we do have one or two blue check mark influencer that has already promoted for us. And we are in a constant quest of sourcing for more. We do have active marketing department led by our Pikachu Inu. So her name is Ari, our marketing manager. So she has a team. Every single day they are approaching and sourcing new collaboration, new with new influencer. And in terms of project to project collaboration, yes, we are also working on that. In fact, we'll have a few Zoom call in the coming days with other metaverse project. So, but things that as long as we don't have a conclusion in terms of partnership, anything that is pending, I wouldn't like to announce it because I don't want to disappoint people. So I rather make sure that things are firm before I announce anything. Yeah, but we are
Okay.
definitely for this. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, hey William. I have one more
Hi.
question, right? So,
Sure.
definitely like this MSHIBA, it's not a meme coin, right? It has some utility, right?
Yes, definitely.
In any specific reason, like we came up with like the Shiba into that name, or like is it kind of for a marketing, or does it has any real
Okay.
meaning for that name?
Let me share with you my experience in ICO company. Maybe they will shed some light. When I was developing products for my client, integrating blockchain for some of their services, things like data keeping, tracking, all this does offer a very good solution in terms of business efficiency, in terms of certainty. But certain project don't really work out well uh, in reality. Why? One simple reason: lack of adoption, lack of exposure. People don't know it, people don't understand it. So so when we want to create a metaverse with DeFi, indeed, just like I have mentioned earlier on, when people are all talking about DeFi is the next thing, it's going to replace the bank, it's going to change the way we bank, but it's not happening. Why? Very simple, because the usual fault, they don't do crypto, they don't understand DeFi, and they are not going to use it. It's not going to be integrated to anybody's daily life anytime soon. So in order for beside providing an actual solution and an actual utility, what is also equally important, I believe, is to get the mass to be able to adopt it very easily. And so we decided to go with the success case such as Shiba Inu and Doge. I mean, this is such a paradox. This that doesn't mean to happen, but people love and it. I mean, people, even though they are just a meme coin, but those meme coin does create a new inflow of new adoption into crypto. People learn how to use crypto thanks to those coins, right? So there is something that actually enlightens us. I feel that yes, I have a solution on hand. I can build a solution. I have the team to build a solution. But in order for this solution to be used by everyone, I need something interesting for everyone to have fun and to be easy to come in. And that's why we choose to call it MSHIBA. We follow the trend. We follow the mean. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I mean, because that might also have some risk of getting a lot of coins which are like a rug pull or scam, right? So I mean, like, right, 90% of them don't stay along with those kind of Shiba and all that. So I just
Sure.
was thinking, like, is there? Yeah, I think, like, yeah, it's like the reason for it is to get more adoption. Huh? Is that right in one line? I think.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, what differentiate us from other Shiba coins, right? I believe. I mean, we do have a we do put all our profile up there. We are very open. Anytime, we are always present online, and we try to interact with everyone as much as possible. And we also have a registered company in Singapore, and we are actual company that's actually doing this business. So yeah, so this is something we want to, we also, we hope the community can also see our commitment in this project. So I mean, this whole thing should be able to differentiate us from other typical meme coin or scams out there. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And one more question, right? I saw something about this Idea Factory SG, right? Is this kind of any relation with MSHIBA, or is two different entities?
Okay, Idea Factory is my company that does ICO. Yes.
Ah, okay,
So
that's the ICO company. Okay, all right.
correct. So
And it does it have any relation to this MSHIBA, or is it something completely different
yes,
from MSHIBA?
it's definitely highly connected because it's our in-house project of Idea Factory that's rolling out MSHIBA. So you can see as Cardano is Cardano, but the company that's developing Cardano is IOHK, Import Output Hong Kong. So yes, it's about
Okay.
the same. Yes.
And do you have any other projects lined up? I mean, or else like you're just waiting for this to be done and then think about the next project, or already you have anything in plan other than
I mean,
MSHIBA?
in the past we do take up a lot of our client project, but recently we stopped taking up uh, other people project. We start doing our own project like MSHIBA. So in terms of other project in the future, surely we may think of rolling out other things if there's anything that is actually makes sense or is actually good for uh, actually provide certain things, right? I mean, we also don't want to roll a project for the sake of just roll a project. So for now, we don't have a concrete new project, other project other than MSHIBA at this moment. Yeah.
Thanks. And the other question is like, is MSHIBA into any NFT space, or is it? I mean, is it we go into the metaverse, right? But at the same time, like, does it also have some NFTs, where like an OpenSea kind of thing, or is it's not even into
Absolutely,
NFT? Yeah.
100%. In fact, in our metaverse game, when we talk about the land, all this, they are being built in a form of NFTs. So we have an internal game marketplace for player to trade, and all these NFT can also be put up to OpenSea for sale. Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
William, I have one question. Like, why are the mods and developers not doxed? I mean, like, it increases the legitimacy of the project, right?
The developers are not docs. What do you mean by that?
I mean, like, doxed in the sense that we
I
haven't
mean,
seen the developers, right? So,
I mean, I think he meant like the whole dev team, right? If there is like 5 people or 10 people in the dev team, right? Are they all doxed, or is it like it's just like only
Okay,
one or two?
we our whole team is more than 10 people. We do have people in our team is pretty big actually. We have a lot of people in marketing and stuff, but we only put the few key member in the team on the website. They are actually docs. It's just that we present our photo in all characters, but the link to their LinkedIn profile is there. You can check on them. Actually, we also have other social media such as Facebook, Twitter. So it's just that we only put our LinkedIn over there. So yeah, in fact, if you just do a little bit more search, you should be able to search almost all of us.
I have one more question, William. I joined late actually. So, do we have any plans for marketing, like hiring any influencers or anybody who can uh, uh, help us slingshot the marketing and help us to the.
Definitely, every single day we are spending about close to 20,000 US dollars just on marketing. So, we are paying many influencers, but the thing is, we are waiting for a bigger. We are the thing is that we are new, so uh, to gain market traction, all this it does take some effort and time. We already have influencer every day, every single day posting about us. So maybe later on, Eric, you can share some influencer posts into the group for the community to also to support and go and comment. So yeah, Eric. So
Yeah,
so
for
uh,
sure.
so uh, so at least people but be assured, we are every single day we are actually engaging influencer, we are engaging callers to help us in terms of marketing. Definitely we are doing that. And we are actually but of course we are planning to have a bigger marketing campaign down the road after our dex is out. So but regular effort is still there every single day. Yeah.
Okay, since it is a new coin and it will be very attractive to the whales, what is our team doing to prevent whales action, much of a whales action in terms of coins?
Sorry, I couldn't quite catch you. Your voice was breaking. Could you make yeah.
Yeah, since it is a new coin, right? Since it is a new project, and whales will be looking out for the new projects like this. And what are our preparations to prevent whales action in terms of money, William?
um and I'm so sorry. I lost the second half of your. Could you repeat that slowly so maybe I can hear, because the signal is very bad.
I asked what are our plans to prevent the whales action much on the coin side?
What are the plans to prevent some of sorry? What are the
I think like is there like what is there any way to prevent like the whales keeping pumping and dumping the coins, right?
mm,
And is there any other like right, any other measures to not just keep it like regular meme coin where like you just dump it for a week and then they dump it, just go on to other coin, huh?
sure. The plans to prevent dumping, right? Okay. So first of all, this coin, like I said, most of the coin is all held by the public. 99%, 90% is already in circulation with all the holders out there. So we founder definitely not going to dump. We are not going to sell. So this is number two is that when the public will dump it, they will be on our utility of this. Why will they dump? They are just speculating. And for the project, and there's no utility for them. That's the reason why people will dump. So for us to prevent that from happening, that's exactly the reason why we are trying to push out our utility, our decks, so fast. And when we push out our decks, we will have a farm feature or these incentivize holders to hold their coin, to stake their coin. So these are the things that can provide this project a bigger support level for in terms of pricing. So we will keep rolling out all these new project, new utility for this coin in a week's time. We don't just promise you and it takes months to develop. We are talking about 1 week, 2 week, this type of time frame. So give us this 1 week, 2 week. We will show you new product, new project every single 1 2 week for you to anticipate on. So this is what we are doing, so that you know there's a reason for everyone to be holding it and selling it and dumping it. Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah. I hope I answered the
Yeah.
question.
That
And
answers my question.
Yeah.
okay. And is the whole team of Singapore? Or do you have a team outside of Singapore as well?
No, personally, I am from Singapore. and my advisor, Tristan, he's from Singapore. He and then other people. We our marketing team are based in Vietnam and Indonesia. Our development IT development team and design create IT development team is based in Pakistan and India. Our our designers and consultant is in Israel. We do have a quite a multinational team. All these people are people that I have worked together for my ICO company projects, and we form out this team to do MSHIBA.
Thanks.
Yeah, and my developer is actually in the call. So, I mean, our development team leader is also in the call. So, and his name, his name is Jax. So, I will, we will actually, we are MetaShiba. We actually are thinking of forming our Dear Factory into a new company called MetaVerse. So, you can check out our profile after we update our new website. Yes,
Okay, thanks.
thank you. So, any more questions? I'm still open for any question. Is that
I have one more question.
sure?
Yeah. So, are we planning to pair our project with BNB? I mean, like, I can only see it purchasing using the Ethereum, which has the insane amount of gas fees, and we can only purchase it using NUSD on Hotbit,
Mm.
which is not so easy for the newcomers. So, are we planning to pair it with BNB so that it makes us easy to purchase or something like that?
Yes, definitely. That is what I mean by cross a bridge that we are building. So we are trying to get the bridge done by the coming week together with our decks. So when we have this bridge ready, so we should be the first one that we should be able to bridge over is on Binance Smart Chain. So MSHIBA will be available on PancakeSwap in the near future, in a couple of days time.
And are we even planning to go into any other chains like Polygon or Harmony? I mean, the bridges to other chains, or is it like it's not a possibility in the future, or it's like
Definitely.
not in
I have we have that in mind. After Binance Smart Chain, probably the next preferred one will be Solana, because we are running on NFT related.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great, I believe.
Yep. So I mean, of course, we can create all sorts of bridge around the network, but it must have also have a purpose. So the reason we go to BSC is also for the gas fee issue. The reason we are looking to potentially go to Solana is also due to NFT potential. So these are the main reasons. But we may not be bridging to other network if there's no other real reason for us to do so. But potentially, who knows? Maybe Cardano has something interesting for us to go there. Yeah.
And is there any like a play to earn game kind of thing like Axie Infinity, or is that because I'm not much familiar with that, but I'm just asking like, or is it just like we are going to a metaverse and separate? Is there any relation between that, or is like we are some completely different from Axie Infinity kind of a P2E game, earning game, whatever they call it, right?
Okay, you can call it a play to earn game for our metaverse, but there's some odds element inside it, so it's not a guaranteed play to earn. But definitely, as when the adoption goes in, when there are more user base playing, we are more of like a decentralized land in terms of how user can actually have their asset appreciating in value. It will be more like a real estate land project game, and whereby you can also build and create and collect collectibles to build your land up to a very beautiful land. And your land itself, it does provide as an advertising avenue space and it does generate certain form of income for the holders. So we are actually more of creating a in-game metaverse asset for user to hold on to hold on, which could potentially increase in value in the long run as this metaverse grow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So
And
are there
is there another question? Like, is there any, sorry, like the last one for me? Like, is there any plans to be listed in any of the exchanges in US, or I mean, do you have any plans because to get into like a Coinbase kind of thing in US, or like
yeah.
how hard it is to be there, and what time frame does it take?
Okay, I mean, there are a few exchanges that are very easy to get in. I can actually get in. We are qualified. We are already qualified to go in. So maybe probably most of the exchange, 90% of the exchanges we can go in. Just already because we have already fulfilled the qualification, and we are able to submit to them what is needed. But the thing is, in terms of the top exchanges, whereby we are talking about Coinbase, we are talking about Binance, we are talking about KuCoin, they 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 are not just as simple as we go into them and say we want to get listed to them. We must have a strong enough value proposition to them and community to show to them in order for them to approve to our listing. So like I said, this is something we cannot control or promise. Definitely, I would love to promise you that in 6 months I will go to Coinbase or KuCoin or Binance, but this is something I can't guarantee. But it's something we are working for, and we are definitely looking hope to go on to all these all these B3 exchanges in the future.
Okay, thanks. Yeah.
Is there any more question for me to answer? So anyway, this is just one of the first session that I hosted with the community. We will do it more regularly as time goes by. Next week when we roll the decks, I believe a lot of community will have new questions to ask. We have new idea or new queries, and like I said, this is although this project is powered by our team, we also value our community's feedback, value our community's idea a lot. So feel free to DM me or DM our admin about any suggestion about what you think. If you have any influencer, definitely we are in a constant quest of getting new collaboration with good influencers. Feel free to suggest to us about which influencers do you think you want us to approach. We will surely go and try to approach to them if they are suitable for us. Yes, so we appreciate all this help from the community, and we actually need all this help. All this help will actually help us to build this project a lot. So feel free to share with us about new idea, new influencer, new direction, new feedback, certain thing that maybe we have not done good enough. Let us know. You can DM us, DM our admin. We will always be there to receive all this feedback. Yep. So this is our first community session together with our team, our community. So I'm really happy to have all of you guys here. We have almost a 1 hour session. That's great. So if there's no more last question, maybe I just keep it for 1 minute for a last question. If there's no more, then we can call it a day.
Okay, William. So I just want to suggest you have our community will be updated like what's going on in the background. So that will help in maintaining the pace. So,
Sorry, sir. Could you speak a little bit slower? I couldn't catch the 14. I'm
I
so
was
sorry.
asking like if we can hoist weekly AMS so that our community is well updated what's going on in the background.
Okay. So we Sorry, sorry, sir. I'm very
I mean,
sorry.
I mean, I think he meant like, is it possible to get a weekly AMA so that the community has any questions or any updates? That would be easy. Like, is it a possibility to get a weekly AMA going forward? I think that was his.
Weekly MA.
Yeah.
Surely, sure. Uh, if that's the case, we will try to make it a weekly thing. Let us set a few timing. So, uh, perhaps yeah, sure, no problem. I think it's fine. We can actually do it weekly. No problem. If that's what the community wants. Yep. Usually we do AMA when there's something necessary to update or important. But I also feel that maybe it's also important for us to have this conversation regularly. Sure. So as long as everyone love to join, I will be more than willing to host. So yeah, I can do it every single week or even every single 2 day, 1 2 day, no problem. But as long as there's participation. Yep.
What matters the most, William?
What matters the most? You mean for this whole entire project?
I meant the participation of the community.
Yeah. I mean, we do want to host AMA whereby the community wants. We don't just host it, unnecessarily whereby we host it but nobody is joining and listening. So probably, I mean, all of you guys are here because you have questions, and we know that everyone have questions to ask. That's why we have to host. That's why we host this, and we also want to get to know everyone here. So, but in the coming days, when we host, we also want to have participation. We want to have more people to join in. So so what is important to us is that it's definitely the participation of the AMA. So please support the AMA when as we host regularly every single week. Invite your friend in also. Come and join this community. Have a sharing together. Yeah. And
Thanks.
thank you. So, is there any more question for me? So maybe yep. So maybe I just want to take this chance for my team to also to say hello. Some of my core members are here. So can my team make some noise together? Everyone say hi.
Hello everyone, can you hear me?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
This is Jax.
This is
Yeah.
Ellie.
Jax is our
Hi, yes.
Jax is our CTO. In this whole project, he's an expert in blockchain development. He has developed incredible smart contracts and stuff. So yeah, this is Jax.
Thanks, William. I see a lot of good questions. Those are very interesting questions. These
Thank
are actually these motivate us.
Thank you, Jax.
Thank you.
So, sorry, sorry, sir. Misty Samurai. Yeah.
No. I mean, I just want to say thanks to everyone here, right? I mean, the team, right? And I was just trying to talk on the mute before, right? But thanks, just Jack, for the hard work, and William and the team, like, for all the hard work you're putting in here. And and hopefully, like, we'll be together and we'll be like, going for new heights.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Sure. Perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate those kind words, and I appreciate the whole community for joining today. It really means a lot to us. So, any more last question? I just keep it on for the next couple of seconds. If there's no question, I believe it has been a long call for everyone, 1 hour call, and really appreciate the interest and the patience of all of you have here. Okay. So if there's no more question, if there are questions after the AMA call, feel free to approach our admin. Feel free to approach me. We are always here and gladly to help and receive all sorts of feedback. And please suggest to us about new collaboration influencer. We appreciate that also. Yep. And be assured, we are definitely doing marketing every single day. We are not letting it lose off. So just await for our next big announcement and await for our new decentralized exchange in the coming days. Yeah. So thank you everybody. I hope I answered most of the question today and I gave more clearer picture about what is MSHIBA. And thanks everyone for participating. Yep. Have a good day.
Thank you, and yep, you to have a good day. Thanks.
Thank
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye
good
bye.
day. Bye bye.